But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. Spoken word artist Andrea Gibson puts it this way: when your heart is broken, you plant seeds in the cracks and you pray for rain.
Hi, my name is Bernadine Velita Charles. I'm from the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm 48 years old. I've been a disciple for almost 4 years, and I'm the mother of 2 beautiful kids.
My name is Chrystar Tactay. I'm 24 years old. I live in Toronto, Canada, and I've been a disciple for 3 years and 5 months. I don't know if that was the right order.
It was perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, are we like rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You didn't realize?
No, well, I didn't even, okay, I didn't see the little numbers, you know. What do you think Mary told her best friend after the angel told her she was pregnant with Jesus?
Say what? I'm pregnant. You know, with the Messiah, and he's gonna save the world.
Tell me, off the top of your head, all of the major prophets of the Old Testament in alphabetical order.
All the major prophets of the alphabetical order? Are you kidding me? I don't know all of them.
When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I want to be a nurse. And the funny thing is, I give a funny story. Like in the islands, you had to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a policeman, and that's it. Anything else doesn't really count.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
A princess. Yeah, I wanted to be a princess because duh, I could have a castle and like the horses and pretty dresses. Duh. Barbie. Barbie. Is that because I'm blonde? That's not why, because I'm blonde.
My aunt was a nurse, I have cousins who was nurses. My other aunt was teaching, like I don't have the patience to teach, so like teaching is out, like so that was no option for me. And then I realized I can't stand inside other people's blood. Like yeah, so nursing like went out of the
Did you ever regret not being a princess?
What are you talking about? I am a princess of God's kingdom. So my dreams came true. I am royalty before you.
What would you define as a foxy mama? That was a question.
That's awesome.
What did
Defined as a foxy mama.
a foxy mama?
Yeah.
A foxy mama. I'm a foxy mama. I'm a mama bear.
Tell me about a really awesome memory when you used to live back home.
The best one I have is at my grandmother. We used to like get up every early morning, go with her to the mountains to change the animals, and then go to the beach after and catch this thing we call chichi. It's like it's like a small little tiny fish that you fry in butter, and it's so good.
One of my favorite childhood memories is we had a garden in the backyard, and it was more like a swamp actually. So I would go in the backyard and I'd pretend I was in the jungle and pick up caterpillars or dig out worms and catch tadpoles and frogs. And basically pretend I'm Dora the Explorer.
My grandma's my favorite memory actually. She was the glue of the family, so she's everything. Was everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch anime?
Yes, of course I do.
Who is your favorite anime character?
One Punch Man. It's a man that can kill any monster with one punch. He's OP.
What do you consider to be some of the most beautiful works of God?
Jellyfishes, rainbows, babies.
I love the Niagara Falls. I don't know why, but I love it. You guys go outside all the morning around say 5, 6 o'clock and just look at the sky. The different, like, it's amazing how you can just have all these different colors and they just blend, like they don't outshine each other. They just, like, you know what I mean, just come together like beautifully.
You know, us women, we're just gorgeous. Guys are gorgeous too, but we all know. We all know it took a little bit more time to create the masterpieces.
And even the season, like, how do you manage, like, one part of the world, you have like 4 different seasons, and then the other part of the world is like hot all year round? Like, how do you manage that? Like, it's amazing. Like, who does that, you know, beside him? Like, nobody has done that beside him.
Those art that costs like millions of dollars and you're like, that's literally paint splattered over there. But I guess it's beautiful.
When you hear the title Broken and Beautiful, what is it that you think of?
I think at first it doesn't make sense. It's a complete paradox, like it shouldn't be even in the same sentence.
Actually, when I saw it, I was like, that is so me. Like, I know, like, it just spoke to me, to be honest.
It's beautiful because it's just so real. It really portrays in a phrase the journey of what it takes to be a godly woman in this day and age, to follow Christ, you know, that it's gonna take brokenness and beauty.
What do women think beauty is today?
For most women, beauty is, I shouldn't say, I don't know for, how can I put this? Okay, I'm looking for, I'm not being racist, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking for a black perspective. Like, for black women, beauty is having our hair braided, like extension, the wigs, our makeup have to be on point. Like, we have to have the latest in clothes. If we don't have like the skin fitted outfit that gonna show off our figure, we don't, and guys gonna look at us, we don't think we are beautiful.
Do you think women today go to extreme lengths to hide their brokenness?
Yes.
Most ladies, like majority of ladies actually, they think if they are broken, there's no beauty in that. Like, they're broken, like, mean that they are done, like they're finished, like nobody wants them, that like, they feel like they're ugly, they have nothing to offer. So for them, like, being broken is like, I'm all washed up, like, what else is there? Like, nobody gonna want me because I have nothing to offer them. Like, I'm done with, you know?
Women today have to hide or feel the need to hide their brokenness, because if they don't, the world's gonna beat them down. If we admit that we are broken, you know, that we're not as strong as we want to be, it'll not only, there's the fear of not just allowing, you know, that those criticisms or judgment or needing help. But I think the greatest fear of why we can't show that we're ever broken is that'll kind of, I mean, it'll show that we're women, you know, that we're not made all the time to appear strong.
Nothing in the world can actually fix my brokenness. Not until I actually turn to God, I realize He fixed everything.
We do need healing and we can be whole. And I mean, for me, it was only possible because of God. He made me whole.
Can you tell me about your own brokenness?
That is the time when I got the news from my mom back home that my cousin got killed, and we were very close. Like, he was basically my best friend, and he wasn't really living the life that is acceptable in the society. He was a homosexual, and it's something you don't talk about because it's like for them it's the biggest sin you can commit.
I was broken because I felt like a failure, and I felt like I failed everybody. I failed God, I failed myself. I was a liar, and just hurt people. I hurt people, and I used people.
So I actually got bitter at God because I in my mind, he took my cousin from me before I was able to reach out to him to let him know the life he's living is not biblical, is not the way it's supposed to be going. And before that, I just lost my grandmother, who I haven't seen over more than 5 years. I was making plans to go home to see her for her 95th birthday, and she died before that. And with my grandmother passing away, and then a month after, I lost my cousin so senselessly. I just like, you know what, God, I'm done. I was so hurt by him. Like, I thought he was supposed to protect me. He was supposed to be there for me all the time, and I feel he wasn't.
I thought I was a strong, independent woman. And I like to appear perfect. I wanted to be the one that had it all together, that people could look up to or be inspired by, that like, oh, you know, look at her, she has everything and she's successful, or, you know, she did it herself.
I tried to go to see my brother. That's my mom's only son, my baby brother. Basically, I took care of him since like I don't know, forever, and he's there like with no one, basically. And I'm here like with just a stone throw away, and I can't go to see him. And I was blaming God, like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you providing to me if I'm going to see my brother to get that, know exactly what's going on? Because my mom is freaking out. She got a mild stroke because she's there, she can't go, and like his two kids is there, and up to this point we can't tell his son as to where his dad is, because my brother call him every day, like almost every weekend, and then he's not hearing his dad call him anymore, and he's asking why, you know, and we can't tell him because we don't know what to say to him. Like Janine, she's older, she understand. But at that age, Nathan didn't understand anything, and he's like 12 now, but we still don't know what to say to him. How can we tell a child who is very active already, who is very strong, headstrong, that your dad is in jail because they say he committed this crime?
You said you were called Discussion Girl growing up. Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah, so I was really clumsy. I was always like tripping or like knocking over things when I was younger, or I just, you know, I kind of developed that reputation that I was just super slow and clumsy and making a mess. But Disgraccia Girl is a term used, it means like disgraceful or disgrace. So it's just, it's a name, it's a label that got stuck onto me. And I think, you know, when someone calls you that over and over again, or it's something that's stuck, in a way, I guess I defined myself as that as I grew up. And man, I'm always tripping and making a mess or doing something wrong. I can never, not that I can never do anything right, but the standard was so high and I could never reach it.
We have a saying in my country, everything that happened bad come in the form of three. So I say my grandmother passed away, my cousin got killed, I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall. And that came in the form of my brother got locked up and was in jail. And like, that's when I realized life is not fair.
I wanted to hide. I had to hide the ugly stuff. I wanted to hide and forget, or not talk about, the struggles or the temptations or the mistakes and failures that could ever threaten to mar that pretty picture I wanted to paint. And in a way, didn't want to accept God's grace. And I couldn't think he could really forgive what I've done.
How did God take your brokenness and make it beautiful?
God made my brokenness into something beautiful because he showed me the parts that I thought were broken. The things I couldn't do that I sucked at doing. Like just forgetting things or making a mess, or the weird things where, I like watching anime, or like I cannot choose one color. I want to choose them all, and then that's why my favorite color is a rainbow. And being hyper or just, all these things that make me who I am that I thought were just something to hide and something to like maybe suppress and not love and not accept and change. He said, you don't have to change those things for me. I made you who you are for a purpose.
Since I've actually seen what plans that God have for me, I've been having amazing quiet times. Like, I normally get up between 5 and 5:30, and I find myself like, without even my alarm going off, like my eyes are pop open, like I'm ready to go. Like, like before it's like jog my feet out, like, it's 5 o'clock already. Like now I'm like up in the bathroom, brush my teeth, put a jacket on, I'm outside in my circle, walking around, like just having that amazing time with God. Like, I'm laughing, I'm making jokes, I'm like, I feel so lighthearted, to be honest. Like, I'm like, I have a pretty good life.
He gave me that confidence to be myself before the world and know that I can be fully who I am without fear of hiding anything anymore, because my whole me is the real me, because that's who Christ made me to be.
So I come to a point in my life where I don't question God anymore. I just say, you know what, God, I know I want to go to England to see my brother. If it's your will for to go this year, I'll go. If it's not your will, that's fine. I'll keep writing to him. I'll keep receiving his calls. I'll keep sending scriptures to him. Keep sending the brothers in England address for him to write them so they can go and have a study with him. Whatever God ready. Like, I don't stress about it anymore like I used to before. So it's, to me, to have that peace is what it means, like to just finally have peace.